So in the multi-day races, usually when we finished, there would be like a period of time where everyone kind of took showers, got ready, relaxed a little bit, and then the award ceremony would happen. And usually, obviously, Guru would be there. And with the sort of major finishers, the top 3 or 4 finishers, when Sahishnu, who was like the master of ceremonies, would announce that person, because they'd all be sitting there together, and when he announced that person would get up. Rupantar or one other disciple from the group would give the trophy to Sahishnu, who would then give it to Guru, and then he would give it to them. But once you got past maybe like 4 or 5 places in different categories, then he had like either Rupantar would give for the boys, and then one other girl from the marathon team would award the girls. And but then, as I said, like Guru was always constantly giving me encouragement, and the fact that like I had done from the beginning, been doing these multi-day races. I never sort of stopped, no matter how much he tortured me. Sometimes I was doing 2 a year, sometimes only 1 a year, but I basically followed Guru's philosophy of never give up. And then one year, I was constantly also being encouraged, like, because Guru had actually picked different runners to do, like with the trio thing, the 700 to 1000 and 1300. He had given us training schedules. He picked which category we should be in, whether 700, 1000 or 1300. And that he would give us specific training schedules that would be like a 3-month training thing. That was like a month, like a 4-week thing, and then you repeated it. And the whole idea, essentially, because this is one of the things where, when we first got it, it was like really a tough sort of schedule. And when I first saw it, my mind came into the whole thing, and I said to myself, because we would have, like, on the 4th weekend, I would have to do on the weekend, like, maybe 180K or something. And actually, I think it was 150K, which I could, and Guru said you could divide it up either way. You could do them with the majority on the Saturday, and then less on the Sunday, or you could equally spread the thing out. And essentially also it said that, you didn't have to come to functions, you didn't have to go to aspiration run, anything like that. All you would concentrate on was doing this long weekend. And so that was the thing, is like, I would remember I used to like get up at like 3 o'clock in the morning and go out and do the first section, maybe like, 20, 30 Ks or something, come back, relax a bit, have breakfast, go back again. And you'd see other members of like the selected team, as it were, and whichever category they were in, they were doing their long weekend. And so it became like a big sort of family event almost. But also I kind of like tried to do a thing where you, at least at one point at the end of one of your runs, you'd end up by aspiration ground, and you'd go and just sort of stand in the gateway and look at Guru. Even though he'd said you didn't have to. We didn't even have to see him. We didn't have to be involved in anything of the functions or anything. Our whole goal was to do this thing. And so one of the stupid question that I had asked, which essentially, as I said, kind of my mind sort of thought, wow, how is this possible to do this, something like 150 Ks on a weekend? And I think ultimately the way it would work with Monday to Friday as well, it worked out something like 230K for a week of training. And so I'd asked some stupid question, Guru, did you really have to do like 150K on the weekend? And he just looked at me and said, "Oh, you're stupid." And that was like one of the first instances that he said that to me. And at the time, again, I was very much in the mind, which is why I asked the stupid question. So of course I sort of like didn't like respond, like happily or joyfully or whatever. I just sort of thought to myself, "Oh man, this is really, really hard." The classic sort of thing is, does Guru really know what he's asking? Which of course he's stupid, but so that was the thing. So anyway, as I said, I kept doing these multi-day races, and then I think I accumulated something like 35 to 36 of them over quite a few years. And in the last maybe 2 or 3 of them, I had done, I think I had been in a 1,000-mile race, because that was a category what Guru wanted me to. Although one of the race directors at one time said to me, because I never finished a 1,000-mile race in the time limit, the most I ever did was 1,000 K. But Guru never said, like, you're a failure or anything like that to me. And but one of the race directors said to me, maybe if you try doing the 700, you'd be better. So one time I did decide, stupidly, I listened to the race director, and the next race I did the 700-mile race. And so Guru came out on the first day of this 700-mile, of the trio, but I was in the 700, and he said, when he was giving prasad, he looked at me, he said, which race are you doing? And I said, the 700, and he goes, no, 1,000. So I knew that, basically I had to do what Guru said, not what other people thought. And so, as I said, I did maybe 35, 36 of these things over the years, and then, after this period of doing the 700 instead of 1,000, I was there at the award ceremony, and Guru gave the awards to the top finishers, and I was expecting that I would get my reward from Rupantar, and Guru would just sit there and meditate and probably give me a really nice smile. But when Sahishnu announced my name, Guru motioned for Rupantar to give him the trophy, and so Guru was going to give me the trophy. And as I walked up towards Guru, he said, perseverance, perseverance, perseverance. So it was sort of to me, it was my assurance that I was doing the right thing in doing a 1,000-mile race, or 6 or 10-day race, whatever, but in the trio, to do 1,000 miles.